Jessica Province with a special guest.
That's right, Tim. I've got a very special guest. I've got Mr. Tim Sweeney here with me. He's actually a 1978 member of the Tulane baseball team. And the reason I kind of got to know him was he was talking about this shirt that he's wearing. Now, the shirt was given to the first 250 fans at the baseball game, and it is actually representative of the 1979 first NCAA regional team. But he was really excited to get it, and he's kind of got a background about the design of it and everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, when I was a freshman here at Tulane in 1978, our head coach was Joe Brockoff. He was a big Astro fan. And at the time, the Astros had just come out with this jersey. So, of course, Coach had to get it. And I believe Tulane, the teams thereafter, used them all the way up until Rick Jones came around and he redesigned the jerseys. But it's got quite a bit of history. A lot of good teams wore this jersey. I happen to be on the first team that did wear it, 1978.
Now, he mentioned history. He's got a lot of history with Tulane, including your dad. Your dad is George Sweeney, a sports reporter here. Tell us a little bit about him. And he's got a famous book for Tulane as well.
Yes, my dad covered Tulane for probably 40 years and wrote the history of Tulane football called The Green Wave. And he was inducted into the Tulane Hall of Fame for that in 2009. And so as a young kid, I grew up, being a Tulane fan my whole life. And fortunately, I was able to go. Back then, tuition wasn't what it is today. So I'm proud to say I'm a Tulane Greenback, and we come to all the games, try to support every Tulane sporting event we can.
Now, if you could change one thing about your past, what would you tell these guys that are on the field right now playing this game?
If I could change one thing about my past, I guess, gee whiz, I don't know if I'd change anything, really. I really enjoyed my time here at Tulane, and I hope the kids value the education because there's only, at the end of the day, the Tulane degree is probably the most important thing they'll get out of this experience.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. It's very nice to get to know you and your father and the history that y'all have at Tulane.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jessica.
Guys.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks, Tim. Greenbackers do such a great job over here in Uptown. They're at all of the events. You don't have to look far to find those guys. There's a line shot in the right field, and Wilsey's got a hit.
Wilsey smoked it in the right field. Yeah, I knew George Sweeney, and he was just the best. When I came here to New Orleans in 1981, George was writing for the Times-Picayune, and of course, this was his beat, and nobody covered it better.
A little bit of activity, big